Samantha ASMR. Hello, welcome. How are you today? Good. Am I right in thinking you're here for the psychoanalysis ink blot test? You are. Brilliant. Okay, well, I'm all set up and ready to go. I do have a few housekeeping things to attend to first of all, and just to put your mind to rest. This shouldn't be used as a definitive answer to determine your level of psychosis, but it could be a good guide for you. And if the results do come back and they trigger something in you that you think may need to be explored further, then I urge you to book a second medical appointment with your own GP perhaps, and take things from there. Okay, so just a little bit about what's going to happen today. I'm just going to take a few details from yourself, and then I'm going to show you a series of images, some of which you may be able to interpret, and some of which you may not. I'll take your first impression if I may, but I'll also offer you a series of suggestions that you may choose from regarding what you think the ink blot may represent. Does that make sense? Okay, I'll go into a little bit more detail as we progress into the test, but before we begin, can I just take a few details from yourself, please? Yeah, okay. That's absolutely fine. So just confirm for me, please, your full name, and including any middle names. Okay. And your age at the time of test. And your date of birth, please. That's fine. Okay. And a best contact number for you. Brilliant. Now, were you explained that you would need to provide a next of kin as well and a contact detail in case of an emergency? Yeah. It's unusual that we need to contact said person, but some of the ink blot images could potentially trigger something in yourself, and it could trigger anxiety or cause you to become distressed. I hope that isn't the case, but in which instance we might need to contact, of course. Yeah, that's fine. So can I take their name, please? And their relationship to you. Okay, and a good contact number. Perfect. No, that's fine for now. I believe all your other details are on file. So, I do have some information I need to read to you. For legal reasons, I'm reading it from the form, just so you've got the full understanding and we're covered. Okay, so the formal name for the ink blot test, which is more familiarly known, is the Rorschach test. It's a projective psychological test It was developed in 1921 by Hermann Rorschach to measure thought disorder for the purpose of identifying mental illness. It was inspired by the observation that schizophrenia patients often interpret the things they see in unusual ways. In the test, the participant, that's yourself, will be shown a series of 10 ink blot cards, and you will be required to respond to each with what you see in the ink blot test. This is quite time intensive, and it does require a trained psychologist in its usage. That's myself. There have been many attempts to convert the Rorschach into an objective test for ease of use, but that's not the case at the moment. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so just to clarify, the test does consist of 10 images. For each image, you'll be given some time to memorise it, and then you'll be required to pick from a list, which I'll read out to you, what the best description of that image is. Okay, so I will probably show you each image for about 30 seconds. If something immediately springs to mind, I urge you to keep hold of that. There is an opportunity to give me a second opinion, a second thought on what you might also think it is. Okay, so usually your first thought is one that comes to mind. Go with that, and then I might suggest things and you might think, yeah, it reminds me of that also. Does that make sense? Perfect, okay. So, just to clarify, this test is provided for educational and entertainment use only. It should not be used as psychological advice of any kind and comes without any guarantee of accuracy or fitness for any particular purpose. Okay, so just get yourself comfortable. Yep. Yeah, you just relax. Take a seat. Take your feet off. Take your shoes off if you like. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so ready for the first image? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this image on the screen, and you just need to choose what would be the best description of the image you just saw, that you're looking at. If you think of a good second description that fits well too, then please say it. So here's a list of some of the potential image descriptions rather, that may come to mind. An army or navy emblem, crumbling cliffs, a bat, nothing at all, two people, a pelvis, an X-ray picture, pincers of a crab, a dirty mess, part of your body, or something else not suggested. Okay, so of that first image, what springs to mind? Any of those things that I've suggested? And a second description, or not? Okay, fantastic. Are you ready for the next image? Brilliant. Here we go. So choose what would be the best description of this image, and if there is a second description that fits well too, then feel free to contribute that. Suggestions are: a bug that somebody has stepped on, nothing at all, two Scotty dogs, little faces on the sides, a bloodied spinal column, a white top, a bursting bomb, two elephants, two clowns, black and red, or something else not listed here. Okay. So what would be your best interpretation? Okay. And a second. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, are you ready for your third image? Excellent. Okay. Just take a look at the screen then. Alright, so again, choosing the best description of the image, and if there's a second thought that pops into mind, please feel free to contribute that. Here's a list of suggestions. 2 birds, meat in a butcher's shop, 2 men, part of your body, red and black, a coloured butterfly, spots of blood and paint, monkeys hanging by their tails, a red bow tie, nothing at all, or something else I've not suggested. Any of those spring to mind? Okay, and is there a second interpretation perhaps? Perfect. Okay, you ready for the next one? Brilliant. Just take a look at the screen. Okay. Now would you say, again, just choosing the best description, and if there's a second one, I'm sorry to keep repeating myself with this, it's just so you don't forget. And here's a list. A head of an animal, lungs and chest, a nasty mess, a pair of boots, black smoke and dirt, nothing at all, a man in a fur coat, an animal skin, a big gorilla, an X-ray picture, or something else I've not suggested. Have you got anything in mind? Okay. And is there a second thought at all? Okay. Are you ready for your next one? Perfect. Here it comes. Again, choosing 1, potentially 2. Here's my list. Do you see nothing at all? An alligator's head, a smashed body, a fan dancer, an X-ray picture, legs, a bat or butterfly, lungs and chest, black clouds, a pair of pliers, or something else that I've not suggested. What would be your best interpretation? Okay. And anything second? Great. Alright then, you ready? Here's your next image. Okay, so again, choosing 1 and potentially 2, here's my list. Can you see 2 king's crowns, an X-ray picture, sex organs, a totem pole, a fur rug, mud and water, a polished post, nothing at all, a turtle, a grey smudge, or something else I've not suggested? What do you think? Alright, and a second thought? Alright, great. You're flying through these, well done you. Are you ready for your next one? Good, here it comes. Alright then, here's my list. Do you see smoke or clouds? 2 women talking, part of your body, animals or animal heads, nothing at all, a map, dirty ice and snow, lamb's tails or feathers, an X-ray picture, book ends, or something else I've not suggested. Okay. And do you have a second thought? Okay, that's great. Okay, here comes your next one. Nice to have a bit of colour, isn't it? Okay, so again, thinking 1, potentially 2, and here's my list. Do you see flowers or leaves? An X-ray picture? Nothing at all? Pink, blue and orange? A horseshoe crab? A coloured coat of arms? Fire and ice, life and death? 2 animals? Blue flags? Parts of your body? Or something else not suggested? Yeah, there's some birds outside. Sorry about that. Did they distract you from the picture, or? No, you could figure it out, so. Right. Okay. Great. Any other thoughts? Okay. Brilliant. We're nearly there. Okay. Ready? Perfect. Here we go. And here's my list. Red, green and orange. Seahorses or lobsters. Flowers or underwater vegetation. Parts of my body. Smoke, flames or an explosion. Deer or horns of a deer. Nothing at all. 2 people, witches or Santa Clauses. Bloodied clouds. A candle, or something else I've not suggested. Alright. And anything else? Okay. Good job. Okay. One more. Ready? Alright then. So in this image, are you able to see 2 people, spilt paint, a Chinese print, an X-ray picture, red, blue or green, spider, caterpillars, crabs and insects, parts of your insides, a coloured chart or map, nothing at all, a flower garden, tropical fish, or something else I've not suggested. Okay. Any particular parts of your inside? And also dress. Okay. Right. So, yeah, you've answered all of the images and given us some suggestions. Now the way it works is, for your answers that you gave, I put a number code next to it. I just need to total those up and I can get a sort of interpretation of your own psychosis. Are you okay for a moment while I do that? Brilliant. Okay, dogs. So, did you want me to go through the results with you now? Yes, that's fine. Okay, you've come out with a score of 28, and that interprets into my findings that there are some elements of concern about your thoughts, I suppose. You're just wavering on the cusp of craziness. I wouldn't be too concerned just yet. You might want to consider increasing your exercise, your opportunities to get some fresh air. Maybe, if it's possible, do you have a pet? Actually, on second thoughts, maybe getting a pet's not the wisest idea for you. I was just thinking about going on more walks and things, you see. Okay, well, perhaps maybe have a look at your diet, and just, have you thought about taking up knitting or a hobby of some sort? Might provide some welcome distraction. Okay, yeah, I would definitely consider maybe taking some proactive action just to ensure you don't dip over into the highly concerned section. But for now, I will make a note of all our findings. I might need to forward these on to your general practitioner anyway. Are you under a therapist at all? I can't recommend one. It's not me. Not me. I've got enough going on. Speak to Karen on the way out at reception. She'll provide you with a really good therapist, and in the meantime, I think I'll be sending these over to your GP. Thank you so much for coming in today. You take care now. Bye.